everybody, welcome to Fuck a Roundtable episode. I don't know because I haven't been counting. We have special guests Bluu and Aepel, co-founders of BaddieBards, and I'm just gonna throw them in under the bus for introductions. Bluu, we're actually no Aepel, you're first. I was gonna say Bluu, you'd be first because alphabetical order, but I know how the alphabet works.
All right. Hi,
Listen.
I'm Aepel, Eddie all pronouns, co-founder of BaddieBards, writer, VA, artist, a bunch of things, but mostly just, storyteller. I'm popcorning over to Bluu, the only other person to popcorn to.
Hi y'all, I am Bluu. I scuttle around the internet streets as kyngvee, wherever channels would let me inhabit. I'm a parent, I'm a game designer. It feels so fun to say that now. I'm a game designer, yay! I'm also like one of the heads of Jelly Cool Studios. We're like an all-black queer game studio, something. We make games. And yeah, that's me. I love telling stories with my friends.
And what do you two do together? I feel like you failed to mention that bit.
Well, it's funny you should mention that, Imani. We do BaddieBards together. Ta-da! We're an all-black, all-queer, all-trans actual play studio. We're trying to do so much, but we're such a little team, so we have to kind of pick and choose the things we can focus on. But I mean, all around that, we tell stories. We try to use our platform for other Black queer storytellers and put them to the show front. All our tables are always Black and queer individuals. And yeah, I mean, did I miss anything out there?
No, I think that is everything.
Oh yeah.
So now we get to go in regular alphabetical order for the final production part of the people who are here, which means Ariel, you get to go first.
Me! Hi, I'm Ariel. I use they, them pronouns. I'm 1/5 of the Find Out crew. I'm very excited to be here because one of my first interactions in the TTRPG space was both with a BaddieBard, Satine, who is not here today, and with Imani during the Juneteenth stream. So I'm like feeling very full circle right now.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Imani, because I know the alphabet. For this bit, I know the alphabet.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Imani. I am also 1/5 of the Find Out Productions crew. I produce streams when my computer is not trying to commit suicide in front of me, like it is right now. I have interacted with BaddieBards for their Pride / Juneteenth event. Bluu also helped with the Juneteenth event I was doing. And I feel like there was something else, like last year, but I cannot remember because that was a long ass time ago.
I cannot remember.
I cannot remember. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna popcorn it over to Shiv. Wait, I forgot to put my own command, whatever. But I'm gonna popcorn it over to Shiv.
Hi, I'm Shiv or Siobhan. I'm here with the Find Out crew, and just kind of bebop around show to show, usually just doing stuff. I don't know. Find me at drbubblesphd everywhere on the internet if you want to see me post about my hyperfixations, like Witch Hat Atelier and Jimothy. So,
We're gonna have to talk about Witch Hat Atelier after the stream. I'm not gonna take up too much time, but
I was about to say, if you get me started, that's the whole stream.
I see.
The whole stream.
Okay, so here's the everyone talks about Witch Hat Atelier, and like I trust it. Like I've now. I feel like this comes up every time Witch Hat Atelier comes up, and I'm like in a room. I know
Shiv brings it up every time.
It's a hyperfixation.
Listen, I now trust that it's not gonna like rug pull into something horrible. Like I now trust that that's not what's gonna happen. However, I also now waiting for it to like be more done because I can't live in a work in progress world. I can't live in a world where like I'm still traumatized by various clamp things and also Nana. You know?
Oh, the physical reaction I just heard just hearing Nana. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
We will never
like,
get more Nana.
Not technically canceled.
But also, I highly doubt we're gonna get it.
I need like a soundboard button of like a bagpipe, Amazing Grace on hand. Like, really.
Yeah.
Just
it's hard. No. It's hard out there to love good anime, and just
Look,
be
my
like,
wife's
Good
a
for
One Piece
funerals.
fan,
It's good for
okay?
funerals.
Like, we are just
okay, no, but
hoping
here's the thing.
Oda,
Here's the thing. As
Oda
also in One
waves
Piece fan,
until it's over.
but he's actively writing it.
No, and that's the thing with Witch Hat. I'm sorry. We will get to tabletop. Y'all start it. Witch Hat has a lot more manga than what has been released in anime. Like, if you do hit the end of the anime and you can't stop, there's a lot of manga behind it. So for me, I was like, yes, the season's over. And off to Kinokuniya I go to buy the next 5 manga, and it's still being released.
Yeah.
It's actively in progress, and, so that's...
Okay, wait, 1 second. I realized I forgot to do one key thing before we started streaming, which was close my door.
Go close the door.
Gotcha.
So, I suppose we're here to ask you questions. And I'm going to be entirely honest. I didn't prepare any, but I usually tend to. I tend to make my questions up as people start talking because I like to keep them relevant.
I wrote a list. Everyone, I want everyone to know. I wrote a list. It's not a long list, but there is a list of. And we've gone through the first thing on our list, which was introductions. The next thing on my list was the
all
last
according
thing
to plan.
that Baddie. It's all according to plan. There was an interview about anime that wasn't planned, but that's okay. My next question is so. I have feelings about charity streams in the TTRPG space, but we're not going to talk about my feelings about that. That's a separate feeling.
Imani does.
I would love to get into that with you, though, Imani.
That might actually not be too far off. We'll talk about the actual thing you did, and then the thing maybe they think that everyone should do after that.
Yes, we can. But the important, my question is, so the last thing BaddieBards did, and last thing I was part of that BaddieBards did was LaBeouf's ball for Juneteenth/Pride, which I think was dope. It was so good. I'm now obsessed with fucking Die. Look what Zoe did. Also, same with I will say, I watched the most of Post Likely to Succeed from Binetto because I was producing. I've seen all of those episodes. I've only seen 3 episodes of the Die game and 2 episodes of the City of Espers game. But like every game was great. I love them. When you were organizing for LaBeouf's ball, and when you're organizing for charity streams, how did you go about? Like, talk me through that process.
Oh goodness. Truly a freaking pipe dream, a whim. We were just like, we want to do something for, Pride/Juneteenth. What are charities that are not usually hit in this space? That was like a big part of this, is that we wanted a charity that like that resonated with like the things that we really care about. For the girls, they provide like medical care or funds for medical care, patient-centered medical care for Black trans individuals. They help with like rental assistance. They also have this really dope like siren program for like artists and musicians where they like provide direct funds so they can do their thing. It's dope. And we were gonna do another charity as well. We were gonna raise money for 2 charities called Wa Noir. Yes, but we were never able to get in contact with the individuals of that because one of the main things we had to do was like they had to be on what is that? What is the site that we use for
Tiltify?
Yes, that was like that we were trying to like help them get an account Tiltify, but we weren't able to. But we were able to talk with Imani of For the Girls, right? And sorry, no, Asani actually. I'm getting my name so messed up. So right, it's close enough to just be like, oh, but Asani was amazing. She was incredibly helpful. It was talking with her absolutely like filled our cups. It was really nice. She was very supportive throughout the whole thing, and she was just like singing our praises and thanking us. And we didn't get to raise our full amount. We raised half of it, but like for our first event, we just considered that a huge success. We're so lucky that so many dope storytellers wanted to come and like be on the Bards channel. We did not expect so many people to be like into the idea. Yeah, it was like, I can remember one month I came to the group, I was like, we should throw a charity event, and they were like, huh? Because Satine is like on hiatus right now, and they had been on hiatus that entire time. So it was just 3 of us at that time, Alex, Aepel, and I. And then Alex ended up going on hiatus. And so I looked at Aepel and I was like, are we gonna do this shit, girl?
We got it.
We got it. We can do this shit. We got it done. And thanks to some dope people like Imani. And Bree, actually, I don't want to say without Bree. Bree helped us back of house, like, so yes, to Busy Bree, the other half of Jolly Cool Studios. She was a freaking lifesaver. Like, we would not have been able to do it with just the 2 of us. Like, Bree helped us out so much. Yeah, no, it was wild. It was great though. And I was like, okay, well,
all of our volunteers, all of our players. Truly, it was a deeply collaborative conspiracy bringing this together, and like, maybe my favorite thing that we've ever done with BaddieBards, like to this date.
I agree.
Like, like crowning achievements so far, and absolutely want to do more stuff like that, because it was such a community experience, which is kind of, I don't want to speak for like, kind of like the reason that we started BaddieBards in the first place.
No, absolutely.
Like, stuff like this,
Yeah, absolutely. It was dope. And I was so happy that so many businesses as well, like, were into the idea. I was just reaching out to, like, I reached out to Roll20, like Cobalt Press, like Dispel Dice.
A lot of emails. It was a lot of emails.
So many emails. I just reached out to folks like, hey, we're BaddieBards.
You have my, I haven't, so for Juneteenth, I haven't done that. And so like, I'm just like,
shot kind of girl.
Listen, that was, I was the one reaching out to the sponsors, and I'm very thankful that they responded, and we made some great connections from that. They were very helpful. Like Roll20/Demi-Plane was dope. They like gave us a bunch of codes to give out to people. Dispel Dice gave us beautiful dice, and that was like really, I think, probably the toughest one.
No,
because we were going for that dice. We were like, what should we ask for? Like, fuck it, let's just ask for this dice, this set.
And they were like, we were like, any of these options will do. And then Dispel Dice was like, you mean all of them?
And here's a little extra. Matter of fact, here's a little extra.
Oh my,
like, thank you.
And so, like, truly, like, getting the dice for, like, raffle winners and stuff like that, and just Bluu and I just like stressing, sweating bullets of like, there are $700 worth of dice in the house.
I love that you just said this. Because I'm not at that point yet, but I'm going to be at that point next year for the 3rd time doing Juneteenth.
I will do it. Like, just do it. Like, just ask.
Ariel said it. Closed mouths do not get fed, and that is what we kept telling ourselves, like, through the anxiety of reaching out to individuals. Like, the worst they can say is no, and that's it. And like, surprisingly, a lot said hell yeah, and we were so thankful for that.
And if you don't ask, the answer's always no.
I was gonna say that's kind of something I hadn't even considered, of like reaching out to other. I just ran my first charity stream last month, and it was a nightmare and a half getting it up and running. But when you brought up like Tiltify and Tiltify having such a process, like, I love it for what it does. And I'm not going to knock on it at all, but it's really hard for what I would consider like niche charities to get a like verified thing. Because I worked with the Order of the Good Death, who is a very well-known charity for what it does, and like most people know, like, Ask a Mortician channel on YouTube, but that's Caitlin Doty, that's her organization. But because it's all kind of part of this one huge organization, the name of the charity and the name that needs to be registered as the business are not the same, so Tiltify won't let them sign up. So we had to use GiveButter, which is still basically the same thing, but most people are going to trust Tiltify just by nature of, these are what we all use on charity streams. And I thought I was going to run into people not wanting to give because I'm not using a Tiltify link. So that's kind of it's just
people.
It was hard.
They don't know it. They're like, what is this?
Like, I promise you it's going to the organization. It's just
that was our main concern. It's like, I don't want that money in our pockets at all. I want y'all to give it directly to the organization and that's it. Which is why Tiltify was like such a huge thing for us. And I like also how you can customize like your little campaign page. I thought that was real cute.
not getting the money sent to us or to me for Juneteenth was like, no. I can do that for one person, maybe two, but I don't want money in my pocket because then I gotta figure out how to send it to someone else. Unless it's like you handing me a giant check that I then mail to someone else. I don't
keep that shit away from me.
Like, I'm not even saying if you put that money in my account, there's a good chance it's paying my overdraft fees. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Very much that.
But yeah, no, like validity, like trustworthiness was like huge considerations for like getting the charity event set up, because like again, it's like that trust thing of like, okay, is this actually going to the organization? And that is always like a huge concern, like for donating to the charity and stuff like that. So,
and I have also seen too many charity events occur, not too many, but I've seen charity events occur where it's been donated to the person, and then supposedly that person writes a check to the charity or whatever, and then they discover a fun thing at least in the US, called taxes. And you have different tax obligations than a charity. And when you get money donated to you, it's different than when a charity, which has a whole different tax setup, gets money donated to. And I don't want to play that game.
You are not a 501c6.
Yeah, truly. No.
You just said magic words. I don't want to know what none of that shit means.
My wife is the fundraising director for a queer charity, so like I learn a lot. Just
Yeah, like, and even if you have money given directly to you and you turn around and donate directly to a charity within like the same 24 hours, it doesn't matter. The IRS is like, nah, you made a shit ton of money. Suddenly your tax burden when you're going to do your taxes in April is a whole other. And I'm just like, never a day in my life.
Yeah, no.
So like I said, I have a list of questions, but I don't want to dominate this entire thing with just my questions and my thoughts about things. So Shiv and Ariel, do you have any?
My question was about the fundraiser. It is just like, it does kind of go in hand with what you were saying, Imani. Like, we're people who are individually maybe not all doing the best. I don't know too many people who are in this TTRPG space who are walking around with six figures. There are so many of us who are
dealing with their own.
Yeah, like we were all dealing with our own shit internally as well, but then we're still people who on a regular basis are the individuals who you see being like, no, we would like to raise money for others. We see pockets and cups which need to be filled. We want to support maybe a smaller niche group of people, but it's making a huge impact in individuals' lives. It's really easy to raise money for St. Jude's. Not that they don't deserve it. I understand that, but
St. Jude's don't need our coins though. Like, let's be real though.
Yeah, I mean, and to some degree, there are people who are St. Jude's literally raises millions of dollars every year. There are celebrities and other people who are just writing checks for $500,000 every year on an annual basis. But queer representative things, Black representative things, these people who are more niche, or like with Shiv, situations where you don't think about it until someone passes away, and all of a sudden you have all these questions you have to ask, and you've never had to ask those questions before, and you don't even know who to ask. But I would like to commend you. And you said, you raised half. Am I allowed to say how much you raised? I know it's
absolutely.
Absolutely.
Almost $1,300. That's considering essentially it's just like you said, just an idea. Just this little thought in your head to be like, I would like to do some good in the world. And then all the work and effort that you put into it, and months later you've raised over $1,000. And that is very impressive and very telling for people who you are. So I just want to say
$1,300 more than they had before you started this. Like, kind of one of those no amount too small kind of thing.
Hats off, man.
I'm also going to cry, and that's a threat. Oh my gosh.
I've never raised that much money for anything, and I've been funny. It was going around with like selling chocolate bars and shit. That's not a
I mean, why do they make us sell so much chocolate? As a Girl Scout, I have raised that more money than that. But I was a small child and cute, and I hit up literally a hospital and like every post office in my neighborhood because my mom was a nurse and my dad worked for the post office. So I just hit government workers and nurses. So like I was cheated. I will say that was straight up.
Girl Scouts is also a whole other ass thing because it's like it's fundraising, but it's for yourself.
Like going towards the charity. I don't know if any else had to deal with Sally Foster, where you were selling like freaking wrapping paper to raise money.
I sold
Whoa! Selling the wrapping paper, not even gifts, just the wrapping paper.
Just the wrapping paper.
Okay,
what a shitty charity.
Let me.
Sorry.
Let me. Now, let me preface this with we, as the students, had to sell stuff to help fund our freaking school.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe like our sports teams.
Mm-hmm.
It was almost always the art classes. And one of the school fundraisers they had us do was called Sally Foster. And it was these wild, like, wrapping papers and, like, gift wrap stuff. And, like,
I've seen that.
The thing is, we made bank selling wrapping paper because I grew up.
You know, you sold wrapping paper too. People like my aunt. People like my aunt.
You know, my grandmother would buy that shit. Absolutely.
Special wrapping paper that really is just craft paper.
I mean,
designs.
Like, there were some really wonderful prints
I
and
see
stuff,
why.
but like, I grew up in like a subdivision, and I was like the subdivision's like favorite girl. So like, I literally just went door to door and was like, "Hi," and they'd be like, "Here's $100. I don't need."
Yeah.
But like, the problem is when my parents and like all of their friends moved out of that neighborhood after we'd all left home, like, my parents found like an entire room of our house we hadn't noticed was just Sally Foster wrapping paper we had not touched in like 2 decades.
So you know what you do? Go find a craft group and sell it to a craft. Wrapping paper is great for scrapbooking, like for scrapbooking.
Yeah.
I love wrapping paper in general.
Upcycle places would love stuff like that.
I love wrapping paper. Like, that is like my thing. Despite the fact that I do not go through a whole roll every year, I buy new wrapping paper every year. I give like 2 people actual physical gifts. Like,
you gotta just start wrapping random shit in wrapping paper, like just random things.
Also, like, talking about something that's very relevant. We're not dealing with money the same way we used to deal with money. I have very strong memories of my mother always having cash on her, or like hiding a $3 bill in a little dangly thing off the rear view mirror. And you can go up to a Girl Scout now and be like, "I don't have any cash," and the parents like, "That's okay, we got."
I got cash up.
I had a Girl Scout square reader out. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Card readers are so much more accessible to people, and especially with the giant boom in like small businesses during COVID and right after, there are so many people who are like, "Oh no, I can take a credit card from you right here in this mini
tap
mall."
and pay.
Like, we're in a parking lot. Trust me.
Cash App, like they all have little card readers. Your phone does NFC tap and pay. There's no excuse. Like, before it'd be like, "Oh, I don't have cash on me, I can't help you." Now it's like, no, I can tap and pay your ass.
They got wise to that. I'm not gonna let you not carrying cash stop you from taking your money.
No, and I love that, honestly, because like, make your fucking coin. When the Girl Scouts, when the water boys were out during the summer with their drums, they put up that. I was like, you know what? Let me use this money right now because I appreciate a hustle. I do.
Listen, when last summer, I saw like they were literally like they had to be under the age of 11. So they had gone to like Costco, gotten the big case of water, and they were selling it for $2. And I was like, first off, inflation. That used to be $1 a pop. However,
it's cheaper than the
dollar water. That's the thing.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's still cheaper than the gas station. It's still much cheaper.
Gas station.
Yeah, right.
Exactly. Plus taxes. All right.
I literally said to the kid, "Oh, I don't have cash," and he whipped out his cell phone and then, "That's okay. I take tap and pay." And I went, I respect the hustle.
Exactly. I love the kids. Innovators.
But also, okay. So here's the thing. So here, I'm gonna preface this by saying, don't let me go on too long about this. But when we're talking about charity and raising money and respecting the kids' hustles, so here's my opinion about charity streams. And I'm saying this as someone who's going to be running a charity stream in both November and December. One for sure. I'm
on your side.
The Peter and Thomas Foundation, which is Meg Thee Stallion's foundation. And then I forget what my other one is, and I have just so I can't look at my list. However, I'm a firm believer in give the people their money. They shouldn't need to go. Like, I don't want to. Like, I love giving money to charity. Actually, I don't love giving money to charity. I'm the charity. Give me the money. However, I like the idea of raising money for charity. However, I firmly believe direct action is the correct option. When you say you raise $1,300 for over Juneteenth or whatever, that could have paid one person's rent.
Now, that's absolutely my fucking rent, like legit. So when we were able to give that to an organization, I was like, that feels great. Actually, that felt amazing.
This is a little money will die on.
Huh?
This is the hill you're gonna die on, and you honestly have
It is
converted
the hill I'm
because
gonna
we
die.
had a
It is
very
fucking
intense
dumb.
conversation afterwards. Essentially,
I
like,
had to
okay,
collect
I
the
love
cat.
that we are making money for the people, and that is to some degree like beautiful because other people are not going to reach out to LaBeige's ball. We are not going to see people who are very wealthy and well known reaching out to the Order of the Good Death because they're doing things like for
Yeah.
St. Jude's Thomas, whatever else.
Yeah.
The other side of that being, Imani thinks fundraisers should fund the people doing the fundraisers, which I kind of get now.
I mean, we're all broke. Let's be very clear.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, like
I love that you did that.
Like, I mean,
Like, that's what
just-
Juneteenth was, putting money directly into the pockets of the people who are performing
Exactly.
today.
Like, talking about, like, Blue Sky, which was down this morning, but, like, my feed started as me following a bunch of artists, because I love seeing small artists and stuff, and I noticed over the last year or so, almost every single one, every time they post, it's emergency commissions, or here's my Ko-fi, because this thing in my life broke, and, like, all of this, and I'm like, I don't know how to help all of you. Like, I wish I could just shake the lunch money out of Elon Musk and just give it to all of you.
I want to beat the lunch money out of Elon Musk. I want to treat him like a fucking pinata. Drop that coin, bitch.
Not squeezing
Mario,
nobody.
stomp your head.
Like, I would much rather the artist that lovingly crafts night porn get the money instead of everyone else. Like, I just, like,
Yeah.
please, like, I just want these people, like, where are our rich people who love art? Where are our Medicis? Like, you need to
Yeah.
adopt an artist, pay
Where
for
the
everything in their
sponsors
life, and let them just pump out art, okay?
And
Bring
like,
that back.
this isn't a
Bring that back.
BaddieBards thing, or like even a Final Productions thing. Like this is above us. But like in terms of ranking charity streams, it goes. My preference is individual person who is part of your community, like specifically part of your community that requires assistance. Then it goes smaller, less known niche charities.
Yeah.
Wait, why did Shiv get
Yeah.
muted?
Did I get muted?
I can still hear.
Hello?
I can hear Shiv.
I can hear.
Oh, that was weird. I saw Shiv's mouth moving, but I heard no sound.
Oh no, I'm gonna be honest, I was just stimming with my lips.
Oh, okay.
It's just,
Tech problems avoided.
just
Yeah, okay. There was a moment of fear where like OBS didn't say anything. Looks like there was no way.
I heard the fear in your voice.
No, that was just me forgetting I was on camera for 2 seconds. And just making
But like individual people, small niche charities that no one knows about, but still need support because they do good work. And then it goes everyone the fuck else.
Yeah.
Because like the TTRPG space raises so much money consistently for charity. Like sometimes there are certain people in this space who've made their entire TTRPG streaming career, and not career, but use of their time around doing that.
Charity.
And I just think, have you asked your friends, your literal friends?
Do you need help this month?
Like,
you know, like if you could get a table of your homies who probably need like some extra coin, you know, and do what you did, which I very much love what you did for Juneteenth. I would like to like do something similar for next year, because I just thought that was cool as fuck. That's exactly what it's for, to put money back in the hands of creators. But yeah, no, like I think that's a great point of like your whole thing is charity streams. Would it hurt to maybe do like a mutual aid stream, you know, occasionally for people?
And I will say this, Juneteenth, our goal was only like $500 and we only made like 420, which is a funny number.
Nice.
But like it was, but like even then it was still like, it was like, I think like $20, Ariel, I think, per person involved in the event or something like that. But I did learn from that how the max number of people I can have involved in this event, and like I've done the math for next year, where like it's like a more like the goal will be like $1,000 split between like 15 people, which again, it'll just buy you lunch. But the number of times I've seen someone go, "Hey, can someone help me get dinner?"
Yeah,
dinner is good enough sometimes. Like sometimes that's all that'll make your day.
Dinner's good enough. I fully agree, actually, and like hearing that, like, yeah, I think you might have like also converted me of just like, yeah, no, that makes sense. I think that the way I would see it is that like mutual aid, like I agree with your ranking basically, mine. Like, okay, mutual aid, like first, like in your community is the first avenue, and then little niche charities next, and then the big corporations at the very last, because they already have the corner. They already have the rich people who make the big donations to them for the publicity. But like, yeah, I would say that like the ranking itself also applies to the people who are in need. I feel like if you are someone who is in need, the first person you're going to reach out to is your friends of like, hey, like, do you have like somebody like you would reach out for mutual aid? And then if all your friends are also broke too, which is oft the case, then you reach out to those charity organizations. Then you reach out to those like, hey, are there organizations that can like help, because the people in my immediate community are broken. Therefore, this second avenue, organizations like For the Girls, organizations like Beau Noir, and keeping those organizations well funded as a second option and not the first option, and as multiple options for those people in need, is I think what I would be viewing charity as now, as a backup intended for just reaching out to your neighbor and helping out.
We've just been conditioned not to do that. That idea that like we're pulled away from a much more communal and tribal mentality, as far as like, oh no, you're not supposed to do everything by yourself. That'd be exhausting. Why would you take care of your home by yourself, raise your children by yourself, get food for yourself, cook for yourself, do all your own? Like, no, this is a communal space where we don't see those same mentality. And then we were conditioned to think, if you need help, you failed. You didn't do what you were supposed to have done. You made a mistake. You don't know how to budget correctly. You're the one going out getting Starbucks, and that's the reason you can't afford a home.
Yeah.
And that is not the case. But if you do, even looking at those posts, sometimes it's like, I didn't want to do this, or my friend didn't want to do this, but I'm telling them that it's okay, so I posted this on their behalf, kind of. It's not even the person doing it. It's someone else stepping in and being like, it is not a shameful thing or something you should be hiding to be struggling, because the world and the government has set us up to struggle. We're supposed to be struggling right now, so we can't do anything else except go to work. If all you can physically do is produce in order to stay stable, your only option will ever be to produce, and you will continue that cycle.
It is the it's the insidious individualism of if it takes a village to raise a child, why would that child's needs lessen as it gets older? What does it take to live healthily as an adult?
Well,
like if it takes a village to raise a child, extrapolate that. Yeah.
I was going to say the other thing is that they've manufactured loneliness, and then they're selling connection back to you.
Yes.
You know, like
and my AI boyfriend says you're crazy, so I
don't. Oh my God.
I don't think.
Like, you know, but like
back in my day, it was your anime boyfriend. Your anime boyfriend.
This is what fanfic is for. If you can't write your own boyfriend, really, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
That's
back in my day, we made up the boyfriend. We cannot start talking about this. School. Back in our day,
my boyfriend goes our boyfriend went to a different school. And my 500,000 Shikamaru fanfic alone.
We met on AIM. We don't know him.
Get out of my
exactly.
Get out of my
and let me play with
alone.
Shikamaru is my man. I have made terrible decisions because I saw a Shikamaru cosplayer. Okay, like let's.
Hey.
Oh God, shit! Why are we the same?
Keep the hat on. Keep the hat on.
Anyway, back to Cassie's point. So Cassie in chat was like, one of the reasons why we don't just have a rich patron just coming down, raining money on the arts these days, the way they the fact that the Medicis are still a thing that I know about, because they just gave people fucking money to make art. Yes, they might have killed a couple of children by painting them gold and silver and giving them mercury poison and heavy metal poisoning, but we don't talk about that.
What? I don't know about this piece of history, so we'll have to go down that rabbit hole sometime.
We started on the Medici.
The Medici's family is.
So I'm an art history. I went to art school, so I just take a bunch of art history classes. So in the Renaissance, there was a very rich family called the Medicis, and they just gave people money to make art. And one of the things that they like to do is throw really big, elaborate parties. And at their elaborate parties, in order to prove and show off their wealth, they would like paint children in gold paint, which was made of real gold and silver, and so the kids would die of heavy metal poisoning. It was an accident. It was not on purpose. They did not know. They learned after the fact. However,
Victoria also died of lead poisoning because she was painting her face red as well.
Like it was an ongoing problem.
We didn't know was.
We put a lot of heavy metals on skin before we knew better. Okay. As somebody who's like a
European
fashion history,
that part, Ariel. That part.
Africans have been painting their face with a lot of other natural dyes and things for thousands of years.
Exactly.
Like the Europeans wanted to be shiny and sparkly, so they used a lot of like metals to make their paints. And they didn't know better. So anyway, the point is that the Medicis are like a lot of the famous Renaissance art that you know and like you know today from the Italian Renaissance was funded by this one set of family. Like the Rockefellers, terrible people in real life. Guess what? Funded a shit ton of art. Carnegie Mellon funded a shit like that. Old like for literally centuries, rich people used to engender goodwill with the public to hide their bad behavior by giving money to artists. Like that was like how terrible of a person were they? How much money to the arts did they give? It's proportional.
And I think it was said in chat earlier. It's like they'll pay to fund a museum and get like a bench.
Yeah.
But it's like that's it. It's a one-time thing. Like these people would literally house, feed, clothe, all of this for their entire life on the like agreement that they would just make art, and then that person who funded them could get like essentially like a producer credit. Essentially,
this is my patron. You know that thing that this person just painted, and you all think is amazing. I'm responsible for making sure they had the funds to do
You're
that.
welcome.
Yeah.
Like, it was a sign of wealth
terrible thing I've
to
ever
be able
done
to afford an
I'm
artist.
giving all this money to poor people.
Yeah.
Not the bougie equivalent of
modern celebrities, modern rich people don't
Dead
do
ass.
Yeah.
No, they want to build submarines and shit.
Like
it's just like no. Also, it drives me crazy. It's just like, hey, it's wild. It's wild. Anyway, nowadays celebrities and people with money choose to not fund vanity projects that don't involve themselves. Looking at you, Jared Leto, self-funding your shitty film career.
Stop putting Jared Leto in things.
No, okay, so fun fact, Jared Leto ends up in things because he's executive producer of these things. He is self-funding his own shitty career. He is losing, anyway, that's a whole different conversation.
It is, but the other side of that is like, okay, so I understand celebrities are not, and major famous people aren't like giving money away anymore. It's because they're now making money off of us. I fucking hate the Kardashians. And one of the things I'll die on this fucking hill too. One of the reasons we have laws which say you have to say something is an ad now is because of people like Kim Kardashian, who'd be like, hey guys, I just checked out this new thing and I love it. And then a whole bunch of people go buy it. And then she would get money because of that. And they're like, you have to tell people you're only doing this.
The FCC,
when they
was
buy
like, nah,
things,
fuck that.
They will give you money. Why would you then become a charity or give away money when instead of celebrities giving money to other people, they are making money off of us?
Right.
Yeah.
And not in the same way of like going to the movies or something, but because like, oh no, you used my Spotify code or whatever this. I hate the Kardashians so much.
No.
They'll use my code at Sephora checkout. Why, Kim Kardashian? You're a fucking billionaire. Why would I use your goddamn code at Sephora?
You don't need shit. You literally
to buy your makeup that you're getting money off of as well.
You should
go fill the bar again. Go. Shoot.
Go fill the bar again. That's a lore drop I did not know about.
Yes.
She failed it like 3 times, I think. Which to be fair, I will say
dresses that cost $500.
She didn't fail it once and gave up. She failed it like 2 or 3 times at this point, and she keeps retrying. So like dedication to the bit.
To the bits.
Admittedly, I felt the material. The material's nice. I know for a fact it is like less than $100 to produce. Okay, so like that is like a 500% markup. No.
Oh yeah.
I want like
even trying to like
typically wholesale to MSRP should only be a 40 to 60% markup. Anyway, sorry. We are going to get into fashion, and then I can start going on about how designer shit.
And that's not on my list.
Worthless.
I worked in retail too, and I'd be like, "Oh, hey, they sent us this thing that smells like gasoline. Just throw it away." Excuse me? You want me to throw away a couple $100 worth of product? Yeah, it's fine. Okay, so how shitty was that product that you're okay with me just tossing it? Amani, help me.
No, that also.
Imani, how about a question from your list so we don't keep going on?
So anyway, so my question for my list was, the next part of my list was, so the last thing I know that BaddieBards did was LaBeouf's Ball. What are you planning to do? Like, what is the next thing specifically for you, Bluu, you, Aepel, but also collectively at BaddieBards? You can answer that in any order you'd like.
I was gonna say, do you want to go first?
Yeah, I would say from me specifically, I have a few audio dramas that have been in the works for a little while. Just little short stories here and there. I would say collectively at BaddieBards, I have been looking at a Tales of the Valiant campaign by Cobalt Press, which is a 5e alternative. I'll say it's better than 5e. I'm allowed to say that. It's 5e.
I mean, that's not a hard bar to that's not a hard bar to clear.
It's like an incredibly low bar to clear, but they clear it, and they clear it with flying colors. It is a deeply interesting system, and I've been reading the books and just jotting down ideas because it has been very good for creativity. So I'm deeply excited to get that underway. Long form BaddieBards campaign. We also still need to. We are on like a nice break now for August after doing the whole LaBeouf's Ball stuff, but we still got to do the one shots from the milestones that we reached for LaBeouf's Ball.
That's right.
Those one shots. So yeah, those are things that are in the works. How about you, Bluu?
I completely forgot about the one shots until you just said that.
Don't worry, I have a list myself.
Hell yeah. We do have those one shots to do. I'm very excited about that. We also have to release Intergalactic Tease one shot, which was in like editing hell for like almost 2 years, but it is done. Shout out to Amihan for editing the video. It is so, I can't wait for Black people to watch it, specifically Black people. Okay, I cannot wait for y'all to watch it because it's so many references in it that we will get as a community, and I'm just deeply excited for that. We got like a Umar fucking Johnson meme in there. Like we got like it's
Umar.
Listen, Amihan
listen.
did him biggest one. Like please go hire Amihan. Please go toss Amihan money. They are online as the Rose Cleric. Amihan is fucking amazing. So yeah, I'm deeply excited to release that. That's for like BaddieBards separately. Bree and I have been working on a game called Hoochie Heist, where you play a Hoochie Mama who's part of a spy organization, and you're doing a heist for this Plain Jane Federation. And yeah, I'm very excited about that. I love Black culture. I love tropes, so in heists specifically. And so we were like, girl, why don't we marry that? And that's what it's all about. And I feel like I'm just excited about that too, because we were trying to figure out how to incorporate learning spades as a mechanic. We might not do that with this, but like we still very much want to do that because you know, it's if you don't know how to play spades and you try to sit down at the table, you're getting your ass clowned. And so what better way to learn than like playing a game?
Listen, one of my favorite things that I've ever done, like in real life, like actually in real life, was at I think the last Big Bad Con. I casually posted on then Twitter, probably Twitter. I'm bringing 3 decks of cards if anyone wants to come play spades with me. And I spent the entire first night of Big Bad Con in wherever that Big Bad Con happens, either playing spades or showing people how to play spades, and it was so good. It was so
That's amazing.
good. Especially playing spades
doing the Lord's work for
not
real.
my family and not doing like a family event. Beautiful moment of
ooh.
Hey, yo.
I love that. That sounds like so much fun. See, I'll be at PAX this year, so I'm hoping I can get a couple spades
online, so we could have like a stream.
Say less. I got you. I have a website that you can play it on.
Oh my god.
I will.
That
send
sounds
it.
like a challenge.
Yes.
I don't know. I feel like Bluu just said it's time to duel. That's what I heard. That's what I heard.
Yeah, no, let me send you that link. Yeah, let me put the link right now so I don't forget to send that. It's a website called boardgamearena.com. I fucking
yeah.
Yes, but they have spades on there.
Aepel, you making that joke? I do need to. Okay, so I live in Atlanta. Atlanta is a wonderfully beautiful, diverse city that has just an absolutely rich like Atlanta-focused Black culture, and it's really, it comes out and shines at MomoCon specifically. MomoCon is an Atlanta convention, and I love it. I love just the way that people utilize that space to just be like loudly like Black, really. Like, and there was somebody who did a Yu-Gi-Oh cosplay with like the whole dual deck and everything, but it was
shit
on the deck. It was incredible. And
that's
like,
such a niche reference. I love that.
It was so, like, I love what Black cosplayers do, marrying cosplay culture and Black culture together. Like, those are always some of my favorite costumes, especially when they do like the hair in like natural textures and stuff, as opposed to trying
Bluu and
to do
saw
like a straight
Black
wig.
Tifa Lockhart, I think.
Muscle babe. Oh
truly, muscle Tifa Lockhart, just the muscliest I've ever seen.
I love us. No offense, Shiv. I love us.
It's so good. It's great. No, there is this gal. I'm sorry, I'm gonna be so gay on main right now. She is like a 6'3" Black cosplayer who did what's her face from Baldur's Gate with the angel wings. The paladin.
Kala, whatever her name is. I didn't play Baldur's Gate.
And like she did like a short, very curly wig for her. Like, and like she does like these like wonderful, amazing orc cosplays and stuff. And like every time I see her, I fall even more in love. She is one of the most incredible cosplayers I've ever seen in my life. And and she's like big and like, look, you bring up muscly Tifa and then I might hit the floor. Like, that is my favorite combination. That is my favorite flavor of woman. So
okay, I need Shiv and or Ariel to remind me how long this is supposed to be, because I have no concept of time.
We have typically around anywhere between 90 minutes to 2 hours, depending on our guests. 90 minutes is kind of
I should have asked this beforehand,
but I
just forgot.
We can just keep streaming. Like, this conversation is going to go on for 6 hours.
It's true.
Like,
people want to see the VIP now and just drop some links specifically for the
Cassie just dropped
the charities who are people who are like funding arts like we're talking about. So if you're looking at good work for musicians,
let me save these links too as they come up, because
shout out Lamia.
I love that.
It's funny you call them Lamia and I call them Cassie, and it's very funny.
Literally talk.
I used to tweet between them interchangeably myself.
It's so true. It's always funny when I do it and someone's like, "Who are you talking about?" And I have to like go through, what did I just say that you don't know? What word did you not know? Your local art council,
But no,
I do have to ask if my microphone is
money about like funding all of our friends, like all of just funding all of our friends and paying their bills, just paying them.
Is my microphone picking up the sound of the cat sawing logs next to me? Okay. I just like, I heard a weird sound and I take an earbud out and I just hear Thimble snoring. Anyways, I just wanted to make sure.
You should put your camera at the song logs cat though, just for content. We've already had one cat on stream.
The content.
We can always use more cat on stream.
More cat content.
It will require so much moving. She's like over here and my camera's here. So.
I see her in spirit. It's okay.
She's curled up in a tight
I'm
ball.
gonna pitch this now, and I'm only saying it because I thought of it. And Bluu said that they had a site for playing spades. Stream of BaddieBards and us
playing spades.
Teaching how to play spades, but also playing Cassie's game.
I don't know how to play spades.
You don't?
I'm so glad you said something, Ariel, because I was really about to figure it out as we went along. It's
one of the like great shameful things to be part of the Black community.
No, don't be shameful. It's not shameful.
Sometimes sometimes people are nice and they're like, "Oh, I'll teach you," and sometimes people are like, "You don't know how to play spades," and I'm just like,
"Okay,
I can play dominoes.
I hate when people do that. Where it's like, you don't know how to do a thing, and then
don't take my black card.
Yeah, give it back.
Hard, man. I'm not like walking out here with people being like, "Oh, what are you? Are you mixed?" No, I'm like a blackity black, but I just can't do that.
No, you got me
Like,
with
if
tractor.
no one
That's
ever
funny as
taught you,
fuck.
how would you know? And like, there are things that I learned from like not my grandparents, but like their friends. If you never had someone to do, like my parents don't play spades. My cousins maybe play spades, but I learned from my grandmother's friends who used to go out clubbing up until they were in their 60s. They were wild old ladies who would go clubbing and like be out in the streets, like out wild and in the streets. And I'm like, grown ass adult women with great grandkids learning how to. Hi, Maya.
I learned how to play spades at 10 years old, getting cussed out at the fucking table. So, like, truly, you're not missing out on that experience.
There's like a kid's table and then an adult table, and those are very different. Like, that's
two totally different things.
If you never migrated from the kids' table to the adult table, there are things you just never learn because, like, So this might be a Black people thing. I don't know. I've never been to a white family block party.
I don't want to be one either.
They don't have block. They have shindigs. They have hullabaloos.
We
have they have jamborees.
Also, to be fair, block parties are a very New York thing. They're not like a universal experience. I discovered, which is shocking to me. Like, what do you mean you don't have block parties? They just close the street down for an entire day.
No,
they're not necessarily New York, but they're like northern Black communities. So a lot of like Philadelphia and Chicago also has Black parties. So where there was
yes.
From the
I was born and raised in Southside Chicago, and that is why I'm so familiar with Black parties. And Imani, part of my research for LaBeja's Ball was learning that niggas are not familiar with Black parties. I was like, what? You never heard about what I talking about?
I mean, recently, I just assumed that it was a specifically Black neighborhood thing.
Same.
And then I discovered, no, that is not. Like, I moved to California. I live in LA. They are like baffled by the idea. What do you mean the city allowed you to turn off the street? Like, and then they opened the fire hydrant so you could play in the water. Like, you didn't just do that yourself. The fire department would show up.
I mean, we did just fucking turn on the fire hydrant ourselves, like even outside of Black parties.
Sometimes it's both.
To be fair, we did too, but like the fire department, like this is officially sanctioned use of city water.
Yes.
Also, I
found that phenomenon deeply interesting. I played dominoes the way I know how to play mahjong, which is not good and only against a computer.
I think you either played spades or you played dominoes growing up. Maybe that's what it is. Because my age with me,
played both.
I can't play. Yeah, well, like maybe your dad's family played spades, your mom's family played dominoes, so you had to learn both.
The old men play dominoes outside on the corner, and I don't talk to the old men on the corner because I'm a small Black child. And you're grown ass men. Like they hung out on the corner and they played dominoes all day, drank from brown paper bags. We don't talk to those men. We wave hi to them. We make sure they're all alive. We don't talk to them though.
Or you're on the rare occasion where like you have learned how to play dice, like throw dice. When you're a child, my dad was one of those in the fucking alley squatting around a little circle of dice, shooting. Yo, I was like, how do you?
My grandma did not allow that at her house. You had to go around the corner to the park, and they wouldn't take any kids with them. You're not playing them dice, not in my house. Yeah, grandma wouldn't let that shit fly.
But also, I want to bring us back around to like tabletop games, not tabletop games.
Yeah.
But like one of the things I want, and it's only because you mentioned your Hoochie Mama Heist game, that there are things that I want to make specifically for Black people. And like there are mechanics I want to introduce to game because like everyone who's in the TTRPG space for the most part has dice, but like there is no dice craps. That's the right game, right?
Yeah.
Like that makes that the mechanic, and I'm just like, I want more. So my question is, because you both mentioned you're making a game.
Do the thing.
Besides spades, what specifically niche Black culture thing would you put into a game as a mechanic or a narrative tool that you also don't do because you're like, it's too niche, no one would get it? Except for people within the culture.
Something being too niche does not stop me from putting something.
No, it never stops me. I never met a niche.
Right? Like, true. Apple said it earlier, but like, I am my main audience. I am making things for Black queer individuals as well. So like, that's how when we were like doing Hoochie High stuff, or actually when we were making intergalactic teas, a question that Brie and I get all the time is that like, oh, can other people, like, can non-Black people play this? And the answer is like, yes. and even if y'all couldn't, it's not like I can stop you from fucking playing a game anyway. Right? Like, but like, yeah, no, you can. But the point is to like engage with the culture in a way that is respectful and not like what is the word I want to use?
You don't want people to grab your game and turn it into a caricature, essentially.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No,
that's deeply important. So yeah, when I think, let me think, a niche game for Black folks. My mind, like we were just talking about Black Party, so I'm kind of like nostalgia coded right now. But my mind immediately goes to hand games like Miss Mary Mac. I was like, damn, how would that work as a TTRPG game though? I don't know, but that's one of the things that comes to my mind. Double Dutch immediately comes to my mind too. Double admittedly, Dutch, I'm getting more into the physical realm of it, but like, yo,
hey, look at LARPs count.
I mean, even if you didn't use it as like, you know, I guess like dice or something, you could come up with a double Dutch mechanic.
No mechanics for that for sure.
Like some way to roll or do like
I think that'd be fun.
Like rolling the dice to see how well you get in. Rolling for doubles. So if you join doubles, you and your partner have to get close within 1 or 2 of the same dice. So we both roll the d6. If I roll a 6 and you roll a 1, we fuck up. But if we both roll like a 3 and a 4, we make it.
You're spitting right now. You're fucking spitting right now.
Wait.
We gotta get you in the booth. Yes.
Also,
this game dev brain was like, you can make double Dutch mechanics, like easy, yeah. So.
I'm forming this as we speak in my head. I would love to play a game with some other folks like that, where as they learn to play spades or learn to play dominoes night, have Lamia drop in lore about all of the like organizations, charities, and resources to be making art in this day and age. Like, I would love that. This is, I'm doing it. Come talk to me.
I clipped it.
Also,
I clipped it. So like, eventually, when we get the, I will.
Yes.
But yeah, like, okay,
also, Bluu, are you grabbing all the links that Cassie's putting in chat?
So many good links.
I'm trying.
Listen, I can't copy links and also Liberation Art. Cassie's so
I'm
good.
grabbing as many as I can.
Cassie,
I will say one of the things that Bluu you shared.
Actually, Cassie, do you have my Discord? Can you just DM me a compilation of those links?
No, you click the links in chat like a soldier and bookmark them like I'm doing.
Soldier.
I'll be copy pasting into the chat. Y'all can do this, and I will be over here getting all these links and compiling them.
If I start touching things, I worry that my computer's gonna have a moment. So that's why.
Yeah, exactly. My computer is always. So I want you to know that this entire time we've been streaming, my computer has said CPU overloaded the entire time. The entire time. The fact that this stream has not crashed and I'm still at 23 FPS, shocking to me. Shocking. I can't touch anything. I cannot touch anything. Links. Okay, so here's the thing about link shorteners. I love link shorteners. However, they also they collect your data for data harvesting, and also the good ones are now all dead. Like, there used to be ones that didn't do that, but a lot of the ones that are left are just oh yeah. Wait, they got rid of demo days and the stuff. Oh my, sorry, I'm reading Cassie's comment.
That is a thing.
That is a thing. That is a fucking thing. Yeah, they have axed the Demo Days program. Demo Days, for those that don't know, is a program where tabletop game designers would be able to get like a free ride to PAX, and they would have a table on the expo floor, which normally costs thousands of dollars, but they would be able to come demo their games like for free. It's a really great program. I've had some amazing participants. It is a program that is very near and dear to my heart. Aepel has listened to me scream about this fucking program and the games, the individuals involved so many times. And unfortunately, PAX said fuck us pretty much. And it sucks. Everybody who was Black and queer involved in the program, they have like axed. We are like no longer part of this program. It's even unsure if the program is going to continue to be a thing now. I highly, highly doubt it will be, frankly, just from all that we've like seen of PAX/ReadPop. But yeah, it's a great program, and gosh, I'm so I have a lot of emotions about this, guys. I'm not gonna lie, and I don't want to go on a rant about it, but it sucks because like being able to demo your game on the expo floor is a huge opportunity as an indie game developer. Like that, it's a rare thing for one to be able to do. Again, these booths cost like thousands of fucking dollars. They like start at 8K. Nobody has 8K to just toss around, right? Or even like hire workers to like facilitate things with you or anything of that nature. So much love and care has gone into these programs, into the PAX Together programs and all the programs under its umbrella as a whole. Aepel was like a storyteller for the first time with the program this past PAX East. And that was just like, it was, I think I would like to say that I think it was like one of our most successful times as far as I have been with the program, as long as I've been with the program, which isn't very long, but for 3 people and like one in the back of house, like working on things for several programs at once, I think it went very, very well. So yeah,
So like,
they've asked that, and that sucks.
I want to say, as someone who hasn't been to PAX in a while and is trying to go back, it's probably like 99% sure I'm going this year to PAX, at least to PAX Unplugged. I asked Cassie this when they were on here before, but like before it was announced that Leia was fired or whatever, and that they were canceling demo days and the intersection basically. Because they've canceled and because it's not specifically a read pop thing, what is to stop you, except for obviously the spoons and the mental bandwidth to do the thing of taking what you built elsewhere? Like, take your talent.
It's so funny you say that, friend, because that's exactly what I would like to do. Right, funny you should mention that. That's exactly what I would like to do. It's been in the group chats basically. It's just been like a bubble forming in the group chats. But one thing I would very much like to do is to continue that. I had a lot of like ideas that I wanted to implement this year for like PAX Unplugged, like partnerships with printing companies, because one of the biggest hurdles that indie game developers run into is like not being able to get their shit printed in time, or like it costs so much money to get your games printed that being able to just narrow the barrier of entry into the game design space. I very much still want to continue it, and I will, but also like we were talking about earlier, I'm raising money for other things, but baby, my rent is still due, and I have to figure out how to pay that shit. You know what I mean? So until I can have some sort of like stability in the personal life, I don't know if I'll be able to take on much of it right now. But like, hey, if y'all like the idea, you should let me know and slide into my DMs, because I would very much
I'm not gonna slide into. I'm gonna say it right now. If you like,
listen,
it's not the same as demoing your game in person. Like doing it online is not the same. But like there's Con Zero, which is an online tabletop convention that exists. But there's also like, hey, how about it's like they don't appreciate people of color and Black people. Slide into the DMs for DreamCon. Introduce them to like. Take your talent.
I very much, and that's literally what I was talking about with a friend. And then 2, I was like, okay, well, I can start small with it. I can start with like local gaming organizations and stores, right? Maybe we can have like demo nights where like folks come in and like demo their games. I can help them organize that, or even like art nonprofits and so on and so forth. I was like, okay, I can start small with this, but like the goal though is to like be able again to like narrow that barrier of entry into like conventions, into like getting your game seen like by the masses, so to speak, and all that, and like being a helping hand in that, because I think a lot of people have some really dope games that they have made, and they have no idea how to like get people's eyes on it. They don't have like resources. They don't know, you know what I mean? Like market price, y'all were talking about like the fashion stuff earlier, but like those are things we also have to like consider, like, okay, well, how much is this going for on the market? How much is it going for in stores? All that stuff.
Also, so, I'm gonna say this real fast. Indie, quote unquote, indie and small game designers underprice your games all the time. Your PDF costs more than $5 for you to make. Charge more than $5 for a PDF. Also, side note, if your PDF has headers, it damn well better have bookmarks. Like, I want to open and have bookmarks and I can click to different headers. That's a whole separate side. But like,
graphic design is my passion. Okay.
Charge $20 for your PDF. And I say that.
And then, like, on the other hand, though, Imani, I get why people don't, right? Because they don't want money to be like a barrier so why people can't play their game. So it's hard, but I also
mentality again though. So we talked about
it's the mentality. You are right.
I went to PAX Unplugged for the first time last year, and I'm like, oh, cool. I did go to the top floor. I got to check out a couple of games. I ended up buying a few that I was like, this is just two people and y'all fucking made this game. But I also know you did spend a lot of money to have this table here. And the number of what is now very large corporations who have found out that TTRPG people are willing to spend money on things other than Dungeons and Dragons and Wizards of the Coast have had them start to flood the market themselves and try to find independent people and be like, you can't do this by yourself. Bring me into it. I'm not producing anything. I don't have the skills. I don't know about what you're doing, but I've got money to back you. So you're seeing some people who have to change or water down this product just to get it seen by enough people. And the other side is if you don't hold hands with the devil or with this larger company, how do you know what your break even point is? Has anyone ever taught you how to run even when you raise money for shit like a GoFundMe? Because that is Kickstarters and GoFundMes is if you don't know what you're doing,
it's fucking hard.
As someone who backs way too many Kickstarters and crowdfunding, don't ever look at Imani's Kickstarter history. I don't know if it's public, but the number is high. I backed a lot, and for the most part they've been successful. But the number of them that have been late because they fucked up the math on how much money, but also one of the things I know that people do, and it personally drives me crazy, and it's a bigger problem in the board game space than the tabletop spaces. They add stretch goals to things that are either core components to their game or add more complexity to making their game, and then they didn't budget properly for it, and then they get fucked down the line. Stop doing that. Yeah. My favorite Kickstarter.
That was one of the resources I was like in the works of building is like a Kickstarter like how to guide and like a glossary. This is what this shit means. This is what that means. Like a printing guide, a demoing like your game in person for people guide. Like these are all things that like we were working on, and I still very much want to put them out to the masses, but like, no, you're spitting. Y'all are making great points.
We're all sitting over here on YouTube University.
Some of those resources exist, but it's not helpful if no one knows where they are.
Exactly.
This is a side tangent rant from Imani. Important information that the general public needs to be should not be hidden behind a Discord server. I should not have to join a Discord.
It shouldn't be hidden behind a fucking Patreon.
Yeah. Like, it should be, as fucked as Google is, I should be able to Google this thing, find the link to your thing, and just not like, join a Discord to get access to a channel that has a resource list for like how to drives me crazy.
A barrier of entry.
Oh no, Blue, what happened?
Oh no.
Sorry, turn on the lamp. Yep, I did. I was turning on the lamp real quick.
I can still hear you.
I was like, wait, what happened?
But like going back to the whole your PDF is not worth $5 and that's not a knock. Like it's kind of one of those things, like I'm somebody who backs a lot of Kickstarters. Like I love indie games. I
just like
back whatever I can when I can. Now of course we're all kind of buttoned up into everything's expensive, so it's really hard to make the budget for that kind of stuff. But if there is something I'm excited about, even if the PDF like tier is like $15, $16, $20, I'll still pay that. Because to me, that's, I can't buy your highest physical items tier at the moment, but I can justify $15 to help you guys get to this goal. I don't feel bad, spending $15 for a PDF,
My basic math for for pricing PDFs, and this is sound wild, people. What's the minimum wage in your state? How many hours did you work on this thing at minimum? Like you may not know. I worked 100 hours on. No. Like at minimum, what do you think if you spent more than 5 hours working on specifically the PDF
layout?
Yeah.
You at least make minimum wage for a day. Like you're like figure that out. Like how many copies of this thing do I have to sell to make minimum wage for a day? That's your math.
That's
like one day of work.
Especially when you're seeing like, okay, here's an itch.io bundle and it's got 10 games in it or something at any given time. We were looking at this when we started this channel a few months ago. The collective number of games that at least 3 or 4 members of this channel have just having purchased groups or bundles on itch for the last few years. You're talking about literally thousands of individual games that are of access. Like
and run and doing things for charity. We're back to Imani thing. Stop setting yourself on fire to warm everyone around you.
You are also you're currently working on the third iteration of It's Dangerous to Go Alone, Take This.
Yeah.
And I think you mentioned that before, like, because it's been in a couple of bundles.
It's been in one bundle. It's been in one fucking bundle.
You're never going to make money off of that. And it's not a good game. And it's not something that you didn't work on and doesn't deserve to be paid for, but just the nature of having got it to print.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I'm not mad that it's in a bundle, and I'm not mad that over 5,000 people have downloaded this game. What I am actively mad about is that 5,000 people have downloaded this game, and like 10 people have left reviews. That's what I'm mad about.
Damn.
You know what? Yeah, I'll give you that. That's a good thing.
Like when you it's just like, hey, I gave this to charity because I care about charity, and it was like the Black Lives Matters, racial justice, equality, and as a Black person, obviously I care about that. However, it's just like y'all download this game, y'all might even be playing this game. I would never know. I would never know because y'all can't be asked to like leave a review.
It's not too much, and hey, it's free.
Even if it's a commentless review, even if it's just a 1-star review, I hate this game. It's terrible. Like, I don't do something here.
Well, that's kind of a thing, you know, that artists or anyone who's in the creative space always asks. Like, even if you can't give me money directly, like, boost my shit.
Like,
leave reviews about what you have of my stuff. Give my name to people who might have money.
Don't
like, hey, PAX canceled the intersection, PAX canceled demo days. If you love demo days, if you love the intersection, if you love what Cassie and Bluu were doing in that space, if you love what Leo was doing in that space, tell fucking ReedPop. Like, I'm not saying flood their email box. I'm just saying, people in this space need to talk about the things that they love publicly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, stop keeping it in your little friend group. Stop just sharing the DMs. Stop just sharing it in your DMs. Talk about it where other people can see it. Let people know that you appreciate the work and dedication to the thing that they do. Like, I'm bad about it. I will admit I'm bad about it for anything that's not fanfic. Like, I'm great at leaving comments for fanfic. Great at not
Amani, I want recommendations. When we get off this call, I would love to hear your recommendations.
Oh, I have so many. Also, I will say this. I will say fanfic is slightly different because I don't recommend fanfic publicly, specifically because I have a slightly large audience, and fanfic authors did not ask for that kind of. They didn't ask for that.
I don't recommend fanfic publicly because y'all don't know. Y'all need to know what sort of freak I am. Yeah, exactly.
I have a very select few that I will tell all the books I'm reading to, and then there's I'll recommend the ones that I think won't make you turn 17 shades of red.
Yeah.
I tell you the title.
But like, that's the thing I think that the TTRPG space. It's so hard. Again, referencing fanfic. So there's a Tumblr that I don't remember the name of, but it had specifically they made a template for leaving post kudos comments on works that you love. When you don't know what to say, just fill out this template and post it in the author's comments. I feel like we need that for like the AP space, for the TTRPG game review space. If you play the game, even a home game.
At PAX East, that's like literally the main thing we were talking about. Like this PAX Unplugged was like my first PAX, right, last year. And so it was like I was running around with like a chicken with his fucking head cut off. But PAX East was like a different beast, where like I actually got to talk with people who were coming in at their section, and so many times I had conversations with people where they were like, "This is my favorite space." Like when I first started coming to PAX, like XYZ years ago, like this is the space that made me like stay at PAX because I was uncomfortable at PAX, or I had insert negative experience here at PAX, and I came here. Children were like, little queer kids were like coming to our space. I'm about to cry. And like we're saying how much they valued and we're seen in this space because we treat children like fucking humans there. As people should in all parts of your life. Okay.
Honestly, concept. What a concept.
What a crazy concept. But like, yeah, we were just like pushing like, hey, PAX is gonna send you a survey. Please mention like what this space means to you in it. I even created like a video for it that like is in editing hell. It's probably not come out now because like we're about to hit PAX West and like PAX Unplugged. But you know, we just kept asking people to fill out those surveys, and like Imani said, don't blow up their shit. And I will respect what Imani said. I say me, Bluu Smith says to blow up packs of shit and tell them why these things are needed, because they are. There is no other space at PAX that cares as much about safety, if at all, than the intersection. It is necessary. It is a rule to use safety tools at our table, which should be the norm, right? I feel like we can kind of all say that should be the norm. That should be a thing that we just inherently do. But surprisingly, it's not. And I don't know. It really
just YOLO.
It's against that other.
Also,
so part of like
in
looking at things like UI and UX for things like Netflix or these major corporations which have so much money to throw at developers and shit. Even that simple idea of like, oh, you just watch this show or this movie, right at the end, thumbs up, thumbs down, and then double thumbs. Like making it a simple thing, and they started getting more reviews, which helps with their algorithm and everything else. But it's like that goes into their metrics. They can then say how many people liked it and everything else. If you are working by yourself, an independent person, or don't have billions of dollars backing you, saying, would you please review my thing? Almost feels like bothering sometimes, or you don't blow somebody up and keep sending emails, but it's like you have to be able to shout from the rooftops that your shit's
I think
the
we
shit.
had like, no, you have to. And I think we had like 3,000 visitors in that room that entire weekend. And every single one I spoke with, I begged them for a fucking review. Every single one, I asked for them to please mention us on that survey. Because you have to. Like, they were like, okay, well, we don't know. At first, it was like, and Cassie can correct me if I'm wrong, but it was some bullshit where they were like, we don't know if this space is really as valuable, or if y'all really need the money like that. We're like, okay, well, here's our metrics, here's our success rate, here's our feedback surveys that we send all of our participants in our programs, XYZ, and they did not want to see that shit. They never made the time of day to like look at any of that. So even sometimes the fucking metrics don't matter to them when you don't care about safe spaces.
I need to delete a comment. How do I delete a comment? Could someone delete Styles Janis' last comment?
No, I'm watching you take psychic damage from Janis calling you out about
for something called it's Cocoa Puffs, or is it? Body is don't get distracted. I would like to. I love that comment.
On Blue Sky
also unrelated. I'm dead.
Well, I love that,
no.
I didn't realize that, it's another point to that. You can have all the proof in the world, and if the person you were handing that evidence to doesn't want to read it and still wants to roll back DEI or some shit, then it's like, it was performative to begin with. You wanted to say you were doing it, and then now that it's become something you have to keep up with, or that you're beholden to, that you didn't want to do in the first place, it's very easy to be like, oh, well, you guys weren't doing enough work.
That's exactly what
enough people. Like, you didn't let me tell you how many people were there.
That's literally exactly what happened. Yeah.
Sinners didn't make back its budget in the first weekend. It's a bit of a shaky opening.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Yeah, that shit. Like, how can you say that about one of the highest grossing films this year? Original film.
Listen. As
Let
someone
him spin the narrative and write that headline.
As someone who works in film and TV, who has worked for streaming platforms, the lack of information about how good your show is or is not doing is truly infuriating. Like, everyone hates the Nelson box and Nelson ratings and Nelson information and how demographic information is not correct on those sorts of things. But Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, all those have that fucking way more accurate information, and they don't tell people jack shit. And I think people, I don't mean the viewers, I mean executive producers, heads. I mean the writers, I mean people on the show don't know the information about how good or bad their show is actually doing. It's just like, spin to win, roll the dice, however the people who are running your network feel about the show today. Like, you can have literally, I forget, I think it was Disney Plus, but Disney, like, accidentally during, where did our overlay go? I don't know, but my computer's having a whole shit show. I think it was Disney, because I feel like it was specifically about Acolyte, where it was like they accidentally, during a shareholders meeting or something like that, talked about the views and retention rate for like their shows, and people went, oh, so it was like one of the highest retention rate shows that you've ever had, and y'all still fucking canceled it? Why? And they had zero response. And like, again, whatever reporter was on that, like, that shareholders call, put an article about that out, it blew up for like like 2 or 3 days, and then no one talked about it ever again. They only ever talk about it when like a show gets canceled. How people who are making shows don't know about like that those statistics information or whatever. And I feel like when you're making a tabletop game, when you're making a game, when you're running a convention, when you're doing an event, it's the same thing where but the reverse is true, where like you as a person, you Bluu knows the information. We have the forms to back it up. And I feel like that's worse. It's worse when you know and you can like back it up with statistics and numbers and math, and they still go, yeah, we don't care. I don't know why.
It is the fucking infuriating pain of being right and having the proof that you're right and still not being believed. And it's just so
grind like years.
Like having someone argue with me when I know that I'm right is my fucking hell.
Yeah.
Like,
because I'll still argue. Like I'm not that kind of person who can like walk away and like be like, you know what, I can't reach this person. No, I'll argue because I know that I'm right and I'm not gonna be.
And not only am I right because I know I'm right with numbers.
That's all I'm saying.
But like I'm a data enthusiast. I love demographic information. I love taking a look at statistics, like that kind of stuff. And so like, yeah, like as somebody who's now running stuff in like video stuff, I can look at all the demographics and the breakdown and all of that stuff and retention rates and stuff. But like, even when I'm working a job that has none of those things that track it, I tried at a bookstore. I was like, look, we have things that require appointments, and 95% of our phone calls are people trying to make those appointments. What if we made an online appointment portal and we could cut our phone use down, because when somebody gets pulled away from the phone, that means they're pulled off the floor, you know, kind of thing. And one day I had a little stopwatch and I like took down how much time we were wasting on the phone for appointments versus if that was all able to be directed online. And then I was asking people to, you know, because I was a manager, but I wasn't like the manager. So I was asking people, I was like, hey, when you take appointment phone calls, ask, would you have booked this online if that was available? And like taking that data to my general manager, and they just went, but we don't want to learn a new computer program. And I was like, I'm literally too costly. Showing you how much efficiency I could give you, and you still went like, they just do not care about freaking metrics or anything like that. It's all vibes, baby.
And like, to be fair, chasing metrics is bad. Don't chase metrics sometimes. Like, don't chase statistics that you like on, because that's a whole. But like at the same time, sometimes it's like the metrics are like the amount of money you waste on employees answering the phone versus if there was one employee managing the web portal. Like, do that math. Is that math not better?
Right. You know, especially if it's like taking away from, you know, like it was a bookstore, so there's a lot of face-to-face interaction. It's, you know, like there's people who come up and go, hey, I need a book for this. And you go, here it is. And you have to walk away. And now the phone's ringing. You know, like you're like, okay, well, like we need to try to cut one of these things. And I can't tell.
Away and never came back.
I can never tell a customer, hey, fuck off, I've got to go answer the phone. Like, you know.
Primed for that when I was in school. I took a technical writing class. And the idea was, I hate this teacher, but he was like, when you're in a work environment, sometimes you will have an idea. And before you do all the legwork for the idea, for what you know is going to change the company and be revolutionary, you should write a proposal to your boss, what you think you should do first. And he said, a majority of you will have a very good idea and it will be the right choice for your company. And you'll go to your boss with this information and they either won't read it and tell you no, they will read it and still tell you no, or they'll read it and then say, oh, someone's already asked about that and we decided not to do it last year. It's like, even though you have a good idea that you really should see implemented in your company, a good idea is not enough to convince someone to do something that's good for them sometimes, which is wild.
Yeah. Cassie's like, it was the same thing at ReadPop, where she's like, hey, we gave you the metrics in the report and you were just like, sorry, these metrics can't help me. I can't read.
I was elected to lead, not
I want to
read.
yeah.
Okay, also we've just passed the 90-minute mark. Even accounting for the 10 minutes of time that we were on the starting student screen, I did that little bit of math occasionally. So I feel like I should free you all from the shackles of this call, even though we could keep going. We could keep going. We could. Also, it's hot where I am, and I want to move my fan so it's pointed at me. And if I do that, then it'd be bad for everyone. So I think unless anyone has anything specific that they want to talk about for 5 minutes or under 5 minutes, like Bluu and Cassie starting a convention. Also, Bluu, where are you located? I know you're on the East Coast. You don't gotta be specific, but like.
So
I'm in Ohio, unfortunately.
I'm
sorry.
I know. Thank you. I appreciate that. Sorrows and prayers. It does. It really does. I moved here because it was cheap, and that's been the only good thing. But I'm hoping.
For reference, and then you laughed at my Blink 182 earlier.
I didn't know you Blink 182 earlier.
I was hella white or more white.
Oh, I grew up PWI. I'm aware, but not. I didn't dive into it fully.
Okay. I mean, I don't think. Also, give Bluu and Aepel money. Yes, give Bluu and Aepel money. Does BaddieBards have a Patreon, coffee, whatever?
We do have a coffee. That would be awesome if y'all could toss some coins to us.
Drop the link for. Also, I want to remind us that also we have a coffee, and by we I mean Find Out Productions has a coffee. I just dropped the link in the chat. If you give us money, I don't know what we're gonna do with it, except for I guess pay for art and pay for someone to make better overlays for our stream. So here's what my opinion. Janis can correct me if I'm wrong. If someone gave us money for our dear coffee, I say we use that money to give Glaiza or Jean money to make better overlays for our streams. That's just me. Or give Jess money to make better OBS layouts for our streams.
That's real. If you give BaddieBards money, it will help us pay bills. As you know, we very much are like adamant about not playing into the machine and like pumping out content constantly. That is something that is literally like in our tenants. We refuse to play into that shit. But also bills like, you know, fucking Google Drive space and all that still need to be paid. So if y'all could toss us money, it would literally go to like bills for us. And if you toss me specifically money, it'll go to my rent, and that's great. Keep me housed. That's where that's gonna go.
It'll go to the rent, which allows us to pay the internet bill, which allows us to keep streaming and editing videos and doing things on the internet.
Exactly.
But okay, cool. We're gonna go in reverse order from last time. Assuming I can. Yep. There we go. So that means Shiv, you're up first for outros.
Hi, I'm Shiv or Siobhan. I use she, they pronouns. I can be found here at Find Out Productions. You can catch me on Fridays playing a cowgirl werewolf Drew. That is at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I can also be found on places in the internet at drbubblesphd. If you want to watch me shitpost about my hyperfixations like Jimothy and Which Had a Cilia, which totally kicked off the entire call today. And that's it.
I gotta watch that.
I'm like I said, I'm waiting for it to be like more closer to done, so I don't live that nightmare of X 1999. Still have
I promise you, Imani, it will change your life.
Oh, I know. It guarantees to be my entire personality once I do. But
the Alley is doomed and the Yuri is thriving.
I love that. Hi, I'm Imani. You can find me. Actually, you won't see me, but you can find me next Monday producing Deadly Crescendos, our Cowboy Bebop actual play. I rarely show up on streams. I just produce things in the background because I am a younger sibling in the worst kind of way, in which I just like watching other people play games.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when you didn't get to play, you watch your brother, older siblings, and cousins play the game. It has negatively impacted my ability to play games myself. I'm just here to watch you play a game, not actually play the game myself. So I'm producing a Cowboy Bebop actual play. It's fucking wild. We are recording our last episode next week, and I just have to tell you, I don't know, man. I don't know. We might have to Jason Todd some people. Jason Todd, like I keep using Jason Todd as an adjective, and like it might happen. Praying to my GMs to allow that goodness. Just for the plot. Ariel, you're up.
I'm up. I'm Ariel. I use they them pronouns. You can find me on places on the internet at sirenmademodules. I have had an amazing day. I love talking about charity streams. Speaking of putting money in other people's pockets, I'm doing one on Wednesday for Black Voters Matter. You can come check that out. That's my charity stream this month. And then tomorrow I'm also streaming Mutants in the Night, a dystopian kind of darker module where we're also trying our best to fight back against the machine which creates us.
Have they set anyone else on fire lately?
Calcifer burns people up consistently throughout the series, so yes. The answer is almost every episode. We haven't fully killed someone with fire, but he's lit a number of other things on fire. So you can check that out.
What's a little arson as a treat?
There'll be vignettes kind of sprinkled throughout because I have all the scripts written and working on scheduling with cast to get that up. So
nice.
Oh yeah.
Bluu, you're up.
Hi y'all. I have had so much fun yapping with y'all. I would love to do this again. So call us any fucking time. You can find me in the streets as kyngvee, and that's King with a Y, or you can find me under Jelly Cool Studios, or you can find me with the Bards, with BaddieBards. Yeah, I got stuff and things going on that you kind of learn about here. So like, you know, my coffee will be somewhere. It's you know, you go to BaddieBards, you can find my site. It's all connected. It's all there. It's all
linked.
My people will get to your people type shit. But yeah, thanks for having us. I had a really good time.
Yeah. Aepel, you're up.
What's up, y'all? It's Aepelgeuse. It's Aepelgeuse spelled like Beetlejuice, for those who don't know. I am mostly on BaddieBards and TikTok. I'm chronically offline, but that's going to be changing soon. So just keep an eye out for more stuff that we got going on there. I've also had an absolutely spectacular time. Feel free to hit us up whenever, and we will yap for more hours.
Let's go play spades.
And play
Yes.
Let's go learn some spades.
We'll work that out.
That's gonna be my December thing. I'm gonna run that for like from when Mutant stops until my next show starts in January. I'm gonna be running like weekend shows for either playing spades or dominoes. I've decided.
Call me.
Bluu. Bet I will. So long as it's not on a Sunday morning, I will show up.
I'm down for it.
And this has been Fuck a Roundtable, which Twitch and YouTube are haters and will not let us name the actual stream that. Also, apparently, neither will Google Captions let you curse. Like, we're not whole ass adults over here. Whatever. Also, remember, Twitch via Amazon has opted everyone into their bullshit AI scraping
training
feature, even if you're not a streamer, even if you are just a viewer, because Twitch viewers and streamers are the same kind of account. You also, if you just watch people stream, need to turn off that AI scraping feature as best as you can. Just putting that out there. Link is in the chat about how to do it. Find Out Productions also has a beautiful Discord server that you can join and continue the conversation and see what else we're planning in the future if you join the Discord. And I would raid someone, but unfortunately, I can't open Chrome or I can't open another tab to see who's live without my computer has been CPU overloading this entire time. Very scary. So we're just gonna head on out of here. And we will see you for another roundtable in 2 weeks.
See you in 2 weeks.
Fun.
See ya. Doodles.
Oh, look at the cat.